Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Statistics say that fall is in our top 3 seasons of the year. Let's talk about why.
The top 3?
The top 3.
So what's the one that's not top?
Winter? Winter
I guess.
has been voted down.
Yeah, my
That's
favorite
kind of
is
Everyone
sad.
had seasonal depression, and so they didn't vote that one in.
maybe that is such a random fact.
Yesterday's.
Oh!
Oh, but wait, seasons. You're talking about seasons.
Seasons.
That's a holiday.
Yesterday's is a season.
It is
I
in
guess
Spanish.
it is in
It
Spanish
is in
for-
Spanish
Yes.
work.
This
That's
is
very
true.
confusing.
How many seasons do we have here? Oh, we have several. We have
Well,
Harvest
okay.
Moon Hurrah.
And we all, well, construction season.
Kevin,
In Salem, it's like all year round.
Kevin told the seniors that we have a new city flag, and they were all like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's orange, and it's accompanied by orange cones."
The construction.
It's our city flag currently.
Well, I do love fall. I
Oh,
do.
Yeah.
I love that chill in the air that we've had this week. And then it's like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, some leaves were changing, but not drastically.
Yeah.
And then those aspen leaves just came on, like the last 2 or 3 days, maybe.
I was resisting.
stomach.
I was
Were you?
resisting for a minute, but I.
Why?
I don't know,
Why?
because it was still summer.
Were you still wanting like summer, or were you wanting the weather of summer?
Yeah. Do you like hot, or do you like no school, or both?
Well, I don't know.
Or
I mean,
vacations?
just the idea, I guess, of just prolonging summer. I mean, I like the kids in school, but
Yeah,
I mean,
who doesn't like that?
I was going to, I mean, been going to some of these football games, right? And I want it to be cooler at the football games, but man, they're still really hot. So,
Yes.
I mean, the transition, I guess,
If
has
you're
been
in the
nice.
sun, some of those games, like we went to a morning
Brutal.
game for my grandson, and it was like 11 o'clock, and when that sun came up, we were like sweating.
Yeah,
so
still very hot.
The cool is nice, but I'm not ready for the cold. So
There
we'll
you go.
enjoy the cool of fall.
Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, so I brought a little something, and if everyone hates it, that's okay. But
I'm sure we're not going to
I
hate
did some
it.
bottling.
No, it's not bottling.
You know what
So-
has always
And I
scared
love
me?
your jars.
It's making sure that it seals, right?
Guys,
tell.
I've learned so much. So, okay, good.
You push
They're
it,
sealed.
and it's not. If it pops back up, then it's not sealed. But that's okay, because when you do it, you just eat that one right away.
Yeah, you
right?
do. If anything doesn't. So we did it hot. Like we had to cook this for 3 hours on the stove.
Okay.
Boiling,
So just in a
simmering.
big
In a
pot,
big
but
pot.
not a
combine
pressure
all the-
canner.
No.
Okay.
And I was telling you guys off scene, but like the cutting of the onions, it really got to us because I have contacts. It saved me.
Okay.
And I cut. Okay. But then we got to those jalapenos, and you guys,
She
like the
just-
fumes coming up, like my nose was just like, oh my gosh. And then my lips, I licked them, and they were like on fire. And that was just the fumes. Like, and then my hands afterwards, no one told me. Okay, maybe someone's told me. It's been 15 years.
Angie hasn't listened. She doesn't remember.
You should wear gloves when you do bottling.
So do's and don'ts. So
Yes.
maybe to do it again. So definitely wear gloves.
Yes, and maybe with the onions, get mass quantity of people and just chop those babies up.
You know-
or
you
wear
know-
contacts.
No, you know what you do when you cut onions? You get a hoodie, okay? Put the hood over your face, and you get one of those big pan clear lids, and you put it here, and then you cinch up your hoodie, and now you have a force field against the onion.
No.
Do it.
I've
and
seen
then
people
you
with
can pull it
goggles.
off when you're done.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It was the
was the
jalapenos,
jalapeno.
and then my hands were on fire. I had to scrub them, and then I ended up having to bathe them with olive oil.
Wow.
I was
Really?
looking on Google, and that one worked.
So really goggles and really
Yeah.
gloves.
But yes,
Okay.
so bottling, so you cooked it, and then when you put it in, and you have to wash your lids and bottles, right? Then you put it in, and then you seal them, and then my mom taught me to turn it upside down. And a lot of times the heat of that will suction the lid up, and then you can turn it over and see if it's clicking or not. If it doesn't click, it means it's sealed. But a lot of recipes were saying to do the bath, the hot water bath for 30 minutes. So we ended up just doing it just to be safe because it had been so long. So then we did the water bath, and then you'll hear them all of a sudden once in a while, click, click.
That is the best sound.
Anyway, you guys
Okay.
can try it. That one's been in the
Okay.
fridge. This one is just warm.
We'll just open one right now.
Yeah. So this is the same recipe, but you just did different jars, right?
Yes, yep. So
This is your paste picante.
my dear friend, my first home in Spanish Fork, she taught me how to do some things, and this was her recipe. And her last name was Marty Pace.
Marty Pace.
And she
Smells delish.
and she taught me to
that
make
smells-
paste picante salsa.
Hey, why
It's thick.
not? It is thick.
Yeah,
You know what? I like the
things in
thick.
here. Yeah.
that one.
So tell me what else is in this. So you have
So we did
onions, jalapenos.
and jalapenos, tomatoes,
Tomatoes.
and we kind of ground them, so we cooked them and then put them in the blender, just because my family doesn't like huge chunks of it. And then there's just a bunch of spices, and that's what we do. And then, you know, that's a little bit.
It
of
is
sugar.
divine.
Is it good?
It's very good. I would go through that so fast.
Very good.
Yeah.
Just eat a whole jar.
So wait, how do you, when you do your recipe, how many jars does that make?
It
Like a
made
batch. What is a batch?
A batch. Well, we did a double batch, and a double batch made about almost 50 jars.
This
Really?
is a pint, right?
Yep.
This one's a pint, and then is the small one a pint too?
no, that one's
one's
like
a smaller size.
Yeah, like a 8 ounce, I think.
Okay, so about
And
a
then
cup.
those ones were 10 ounces. And then my girls had some 12. So we just kind of tried to fill everyone's like so that it was even. But I walked away with about 18 jars like that and then a big one. And then my girls were about the same. So we
Now,
almost
if
50.
you were feeling very, very generous, you could set them aside.
Okay. For Christmas,
And,
yes.
yes,
Oh,
and keep them
yeah.
for Christmas.
I'm going to.
Are you going to? Yeah,
Nope.
I think that's just
and
fabulous.
that would be a great gift.
And I love these chips from Walmart. We found them, and I don't know, they're a good little twist. I'm glad you like it.
Yes.
It was
That's
stressful.
fantastic.
I wanted to chop them properly, and we didn't know. Like some people then take this and just put it in the blender and blend it down, so like a Los Hermanos.
Yes,
Like
more
just a truly
more of a
blended.
s-
Okay.
But
You like
chicken
it
salsa,
chunky.
we kind of like it that way, and then we'll do crock pot salsa with it, and just
Okay.
put your chicken in there in a bottle of salsa and cook it. So
Very good.
yeah,
Okay, well
there we go.
that's one fall.
Anyway, this is what
one
I've been
fall
doing. What have you
activity.
guys been doing? Natasha?
I think
Yes,
you will.
so-
I think you went on a fall
So
trip.
speaking of fall, what one of my favorite things to do is to drive places where you see the beautiful fall colors. In particular, I was talking to Angie about going the Alpine Loop. So if you're just here in town, do the Alpine Loop. I just drove through Yellowstone Park.
So gorgeous.
And I'm telling you, if you're going to go to Yellowstone, there's hardly any people there.
right now.
Because the tourist season is down, but now you get to see the animals, and there's low traffic. The animals are out. We saw a whole bunch of elk, and there was like 4 babies, and there was 2 of them just playing together and running in the water, and we all just stopped and got out and looked, and we pet the buffalo and stuff. Just kidding.
I was like,
what? We're
Angela,
just seeing
you're
if
not
anyone's
supposed to get
listening.
me.
He looked really nice.
Did you see one though?
No, we did, and a lot of times they're right next to the road. So they're like, "Don't approach the bison," and I'm like, "But I'm in my car." Girl, there's a window.
drive by.
Say hello to the buffalo.
So do you guys stay up there? What do you do?
We drive through, and even in West Yellowstone, if you haven't been there, they have a Discovery Center where you can go see grizzly bears and wolves, and they have an otter exhibit.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. My son, who's 8, and his cousin, who's also 8, ran up and down, and the otters followed them and played with them
I love that otters.
for 15 minutes. And when my kids stopped, the otter stopped and popped its head up and was looking for them.
That's
It was so
cute.
cute. So anyways, that's fun. But we were headed to my mom's art show in Cody, which you come out the east entrance of
Okay.
Yellowstone to Cody, Wyoming. And they have the Buffalo Bill art show. And there is one of the biggest museums in the West is in Cody. It's huge. They
Art
have-
museum.
well, not just art. They
Okay.
do an art show, and they have a portion where they have art, but they have a section where they have Plains Indians, and it's huge. It's huge.
Okay.
You cannot even see the whole museum. And they have the biggest gun collection. I don't know if it's in the U.S., but I would dare say in the U.S., the biggest gun collection. If you like
I need to take my husband there.
guns.
He does.
Was
He
that
would love
cool
that.
enough to be wearing sweater? Start wearing your sweaters and
Yeah.
yeah.
But some years I've been where it was hot it's just like fall. It's just
Okay.
like it was cooler this time, and it was rainy. It was rainy here, I think, too, over the weekend.
Ooh, I loved it.
So, but going through the fall, and we saw a grizzly bear on our way out. We petted him too. He was so nice.
Stop it. Angela.
Until the park rangers came and said, "Get away." I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
goodness.
I need to
Funny.
do that. The last time I went to Yellowstone was actually snowmobiling, like in the wintertime.
Really?
And
That's
that was
fun.
really fun too.
Yeah.
But I haven't been to see the animals and
But
like
they're
that time.
out. They're out, and there's no traffic. And if you want to see the geysers, it's still just really nice. Really
Yeah.
nice.
Well, it's definitely fall break.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
time to plan those, and sweater weather. I mean,
Sweater weather.
we're definitely talking about that. So
I love it.
I like that time of year
I do
because
too.
it's
I do
time to
too.
kind of change up the closets a little bit and get to the stove and start cooking things in the crock pot.
Pretend you know how to cook.
Yes. Well, that's how I
That's what
cook
I
in the
do.
crock pot.
Yep.
Yes,
We
for
start
sure.
enjoying cooking. Soups and stews.
Yes.
Yep, all those
Love
fun
it.
things.
Love it, love
The
it.
joys of fall.
Yep.
Well, there's more studio chatter coming up.